Hello, hello, hello. Welcome back to Xanthus Gaming. We're here in Soulstone Survivors once again, and this is going to be a build guide today. We are viewing some pre-recorded footage that I recorded a couple days ago. I've taken a few days to kind of put together graphics for a build guide. Unfortunately, just with the restrictions of my work, that's how long it takes me to make a build guide these days, but hopefully you guys do enjoy. If you do, make sure you leave a like, favorite, share, and subscribe down below. It really does help me out. Okay, now that we got the obligatory YouTube stuff out of the way, let's jump on into the build guide. This is a Holy Paladin. It is probably one of the two strongest classes in the game at the moment. That is, likely to change in the future as they balance and change things around. But at the moment, it is extremely strong. And my daughter's laughing maniacally in the background, I hear. All right, sorry about that. The Holy Paladin is super duper strong. The Arcane Weaver is also super strong, but today we're going to focus on the Holy Paladin. The idea behind this build is that we are going to use Holy Inclination, Singular Focus, and Multicast Mastery to make a build that pumps out just a crap ton of damage and is super survivable. Holy Inclination ensures that you find holy skills on the regular. You could also take reroll mastery if you wanted to as well. There is one skill that is completely optional, and if you were to sub that skill out for lightning beam, you'd want to change Holy Inclination to reroll mastery. Singular Focus allows us to get multiple of an ability. As you can see, I have 2 Holy Fires at the moment. I'm also going to end up with 2 exorcisms as well. The Holy Fires are our way to generate damage, and the exorcisms are our way to generate sustain. Multicast Mastery allows us to just cast those abilities multiple times, which is super important because that is how we, stay alive. So as far as skills go, we're looking at Holy Fire twice, Exorcism twice, our basic Blades of Light, which is actually important, and Templar's Verdict. Now, Templar's Verdict is the one that you could substitute out for the Lightning Beam. The reason you would want to put Lightning Beam there is it would generate additional stacks of Dazed. If you read the ability Holy Fire, it converts your Dazed into Disoriented stacks, which basically ups your damage exponentially. So your Blades of Light are producing Dazed. If you swapped out Templar's Verdict for Lightning Beam, that would be generating Dazed as well. The reason I kind of like Templar's Verdict is this build, Disorient, relies on Disorient, which makes your crit damage hit harder. And Templar's Verdict also multiplies your crit damage, so they work pretty well together. You could theoretically, if you're not having any trouble surviving, drop an Exorcism and do double Templar's Verdict, and that would probably be pretty strong as well. But Blades of Light are important to keep in there unless you have another way to generate Dazed. So that's kind of the general gist of the build. We have Exorcism to keep us healed. We have Holy Fire to apply debuffs, or to convert the debuffs that we applied with our Blades of Light. And we have Templar's Verdict to burst them. Works together pretty well. In the end, your Holy Fire is going to do the majority of your damage, but the Templar's Verdict is really good for chunking down bosses. So, as far as stat priorities go, we are looking at getting our multicast up to a point where we can pretty much guarantee 3 multicasts every time. At that point, you kind of back off of it a little bit, but you want to get at least 3 repeats of your Exorcism for the heal in order to maintain stability. You need to get your crit chance up to 100%. After you hit 100, there is no benefit to going further, so go ahead and stop there. Holy damage increases. Anytime you see something that's a global holy damage increase, it's going to affect all your abilities. It's definitely something you want to grab. And then as much cooldown reduction as you can humanly get is great. If you can be spamming those abilities all the time, spam those abilities all the time, And then Area of Effect ensures that our Exorcism hits everything on the screen, thus healing us even better. Crit damage, of course, is what we're primarily scaling off of, so it only makes sense to invest in that. Beyond that, if you don't have any of those choices and you're out of rerolls, just go for whatever gives you the most damage. You don't need a ton of extra survivability because you have it for the most part with Exorcism. You can grab a couple ranks of Resilient like I just did, a couple ranks of Block as well. It doesn't hurt. Not strictly speaking necessary, though. This is a pretty tanky build. Hopefully that all kind of makes sense for you. Here is a overview of what I just covered. If you wanted to pause the screen and screenshot that, you would have the build guide right there. You can also, of course, come back to the video and give me more views. Anyway, that's pretty much it for the build guide. I'm going to let the rest of the video kind of play out so you can kind of see how it runs. And I'm going to leave it on the abilities page so you can see the ability descriptions on the left as you watch the build play out. Hopefully you guys enjoyed. If you did, make sure you like, favorite, share, subscribe. And if you want to watch it all the way to the end, that helps the YouTube algorithm monster. Thanks, y'all. Talk to you later. All right, you guys get the idea. So again, remember, please like, favorite, share, subscribe, and we'll see you guys next time. Here's the overview one more time in case you need it.